to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581.
Attention all business owners and creative minds. Do you need a unique and personalized touch for your products? Look no further than Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs. We offer custom laser engraving services for a variety of products, including promotional items and corporate or personal gifts. With state-of-the-art equipment and a team of skilled designers, we can engrave intricate designs on virtually any material. Whether it's a special message, a company logo, or a custom design, Romika Laser Engraving will help you make your mark. And the best part, our prices are affordable and our turnaround time is quick.
I couldn't be happier with the work Romika Laser Engraving did for me. The engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
Good morning, Joco Radio family and the Jobfather family. We are excited to be here this wonderful and beautiful Friday, and we are honored to be a part of Joco Community Radio, which is the voice of both Johnson and Tarrant County, Texas. Yep, we are so excited. And if you'd like to listen, just go to your app store, download the Joco Community Radio app, and you can listen to the entire lineup and more, especially yours truly, the Jobfather. Well, we have an exciting show lined up for today, but before we get started, let's quickly bow our head for a word of prayer. Father God, we are just so honored to be here. Use us to further your kingdom. Use us to help help the job seeker community. Thank you for all that you're doing in our lives, and let us not miss anything that you are molding and shaping in our lives in the way of fruit. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Well, Foster, I know we have an exciting show. A lot of
Yep.
great things coming up. Some jobs to announce. First, Jobfather family, please don't forget to go to Search for You Inc. Mez, our wonderful hype lady, we could not do the show without her. We'll put up the Search for You website that supports Foster and the entire branch of his job network community to continue helping to align people, so both job seekers and
And
people
companies,
that
yeah.
have jobs, companies, organizations, big, small companies, all of it. It helps to align the parties together to find good partnerships. So you can donate to Search for You. In addition, you can have your jobs posted on the website. You can also reach out to Foster to have us announce your positions on air. We have job seekers and organizations and job networking groups listening globally.
All over
So
the place.
all over the place. So do not forget.
Yep.
Foster, before we get into all the business stuff, do you have by any chance a dad joke of the day?
Oh God. Yes. So, and Dana might remember this. She may not. Hey, Tiffany Paisley, I see you're with us, and
Hey,
HR
Tiffany.
Heidi Torres. HR Heidi's with
Yes.
us. Oh my goodness, we got people all over the place, all over the United States. Out there in New York, I just got a text from our other Dana. Hey, Dana, and the other Dana is a recruiter as well. Dana, I
Oh,
got to,
how
yeah,
great. I've got to meet this Dana.
I've got to connect. Yeah, she's with Mellon, that
Oh,
bank situation out there. Okay, anyway, guys, here is our lame dad joke. Angela and I were talking about the dad situation earlier this morning. So, uh, Dana Gingerich and I always hang around. Anyway, and the other day, Dana was running around her apartment and she bashed her foot on the leg of her, I think it was a table leg or something. And so I grabbed my phone and I asked Dana, I said, "You want me to call the tow truck?" So if you're not laughing, you're supposed to be laughing.
I didn't.
Justin Williams, you're supposed to be laughing, man.
That was so good.
That
So,
is pretty good.
so y'all, sometimes these dad jokes are pretty good. And then sometimes they make us go, "Oh my God," we're rolling our heads and our eyes in our head, and we're like, "That ain't gonna work today, Foster."
Oh,
Good
no, that
morning,
worked.
Tiffany Paisley. All right, my main man Eugene Clay. I know he's out there with us. Hey, Gene, I'll see you tomorrow at Luby's, man.
Oh, Luby's. Who doesn't
So,
love some fried fish from Luby's?
girl, don't you know it? Yeah. Well, I mean, job search. You got to eat. If you don't eat, you don't live. You can't find a job. You
That's
know,
so true.
you can't perform. Hey, Lisa Johnson. I'm glad you like my joke. Thanks, Lisa. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, guys, I'm excited today. Why am I excited? Because the first part of our show, I see Joe and I see Angela, and I called Angela April yesterday, guys, in front of about 100 people. It was pretty funny.
Oh, boy.
But Angela Rose, guys, and Joe Nanez is with us. And you know what? They are with VIP Executive Search. And you guys need to learn all about VIP. That's what we're going to be talking about the first part
All
of the show.
right.
Before we get started, Dana, did you have a job or a couple of jobs that you wanted to share with us?
I sure do. So, we are hiring and growing at Beacon Oral Specialists. We have a couple billing positions, billing claims specialist, accounts receivable specialist right here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. We are also hiring a director of tax, which is very exciting. And in California, we have a dentist opening near the Modesto Stockton area
Oh,
that will perform DentiCal consultations.
Oh,
In addition to that, don't forget to go to CarisLifeSciences.com, where you are able to find a whole slew of open positions that usually range from marketing, billing, accounting, finance, sales throughout the United States, and business development. Don't hesitate to reach out to either organizations. Both are hiring.
well, Rebecca Pierce, I hope you're listening. You're out there in that close to that Modesto area out there. I need, Dana, I need to introduce you to Rebecca Pierce. She's cool. We got a big old group out there, believe it or not, way out there. That's cool. That's what I like about this network. Guys, let me tell you something about this network. We have this radio show. Thank you, Tiffany, for allowing us to be on the radio. Guys, just in Dallas Fort Worth, the Metroplex, we have 200,000. Now, that, of course, it's not an accurate number, but we have probably, honestly, probably over 200,000 active job seekers. So that's why we're here, guys. That's why Dana and I are excited every week to come and try to share and get people involved in this network. And we
Yeah.
really appreciate Angela and Joe. I met Joe yesterday, and see,
Hey,
and
Joe.
yeah, Joe's in there with us. I told Angela earlier, oh, poor Joe. He's in there with it. And Angela said, oh, this is right up Joe's alley.
It'll be a fun show today, let me tell you.
Oh,
I
it
try
will.
to drag Joe with me wherever I can.
Well, I understand. Hey, and it's the same thing with me and Dana, and Dana's busier than I am, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And so, guys, let's meet VIP,
Yeah.
and that is Joe, and that is Angela, and
Yep.
y'all take it away. Tell us about
Yeah.
VIP. Y'all got a lot of stuff going on. You showed up at South Lake Focus Group yesterday, and you're telling us cool stuff. When you got a room of, well, I think we had maybe 120 people in there yesterday. I said, hey,
Wow, big day at Southwest
I
Focus
know,
Group.
yeah, every Thursday, guys, go to southlakefocusgroup.com. Those of you guys that are not in Texas and not within driving, so that you'll know what to do, and then go and get your plane tickets now and fly out here and see us. But you guys can join us on Zoom, and that's why I'm saying go to southlakefocusgroup.com. That website has everything you guys need to see in order to join us at South Lake Focus Group. Okay, shut up, Foster. Let Angela talk. Angela and Joe, time for y'all to talk.
Shut up, Foster.
Shut up, Foster.
Good morning. I'm Angela Rose.
Good
As
morning.
y'all just kind of pointed out, my partner, Joe Nanez, I'm actually I always take control of these situations. So I'm going to let Joe kind of
Not
tell you a little bit about
surprised.
us.
Oh yeah. Well, Angela, that's a rare occasion. I always let Angela speak, and then at the end, there's nothing left for me to say. So this is
Wow.
I love the snarkiness this morning, friends. This is awesome.
It's all in good love. I
It's
love
in
it.
love.
It's in good love.
it's that Angela is so good at her job, and she's so thorough when she
Yeah.
speaks that there's,
Okay.
there you go, Angela. A little love for
Thank
you.
you. Are
Yeah,
your
so-
legs sore from all the backtracking?
Oh my God, where Angela's head? I can't see nothing. No.
So our company VIP has a couple of different sectors. One of them is financial consulting. The other one is recruiting for accounting and finance. So we specialize in helping people find job opportunities from executive leadership to all things accounting and finance, which would be from the CFO level down to a staff accountant level.
Mhm.
We also work with both direct hires and contractors. So oftentimes companies are like Dana's company might be working on something to fill internally, but they might need a placeholder in the interim.
Yeah.
So we're able to do that as well. So we have multiple opportunities and maybe even something for a candidate who's looking for a direct hire position, but needs some things to fill in the gap financially in the interim as well. So we can help on both of those cases. And then also from our financial consulting end, we're able to help with on the higher level with executives, with interims as well as fractionals. And we're able to help with mergers and acquisitions and things like that. So even high level people who are sitting on our bench, so to speak, and available for our clientele. is there for us as well. So I'm on the business development side of things. I usually create the relationships with the companies. I call it 9 months of pregnancy, and then I hand my baby off to Angela, and I need Angela to take very good care of my babies.
I'm an L&D nurse, and I had no idea.
That is hilarious.
I love it. That's a good analogy. That's a real good analogy. I've heard a few in my years. We won't talk about how many years Foster's been at this, but but that's a wonderful. I'm going to steal that one. That's a good one.
You've been at this long enough to make phenomenal connections
I
and
know,
relationships over a remarkable career. So don't you sell yourself short.
I want to give a shout out to my buddy Casey Haston. Hey, Casey, if you are watching, and I don't think Mr. Haynes would object to me sharing an observation I've seen over the years, and why I was really, really excited to connect with Angela to start with way back when we connected. Guys, VIP is one of those companies that they handle clients so well. A lot of times clients say, hey, we got a relationship with you guys, and you guys have handled our needs so well. I need something a little bit outside of the scope of the financial stuff and all that stuff, because I think I think you guys have helped land project managers before, right?
Yep. Both in IT as well as corporate finance.
Oh, it's good to
Guys,
know.
when you take care of your clients, there are going to be things outside of that scope they're going to ask you for. It's like a relationship, hey, I don't want to eat this restaurant. Let's go try this other one over here. And if you have a good relationship with a VIP or any company that you have a relationship that offers service to you like VIP, hey, you're going to run across those things every once in a while. I know they don't do this, but I'm going to ask if they know somebody. This whole network, guys, is about who you know. And, and of course, me and Trevor Houston and Mark Elder used to have a show called the Who You Know Job Networking Show. You guys, a lot of you guys remember that. So, okay, shut up, Foster, and let Joe and Angela keep talking.
Perfect.
Well, Foster, it's funny that you mentioned that, because we have helped companies relocate from other states to Dallas.
Right.
They say, I don't want to work with 10 different recruiting agencies.
Yeah.
So we've hired everybody from the janitor to the CFO.
Mm-hmm.
So if we dive in, if we take on a project, we'll put everything we have into it.
We won't say who has the better personality between the janitor and the CFO. We'll just leave that to wonder about.
And it boils down to that personality a lot of times. Guys, you know what? VIP is a wonderful company, but if I'm talking to Angela Rose, I'm connecting with Angela Rose. What? Oh, yeah, VIP, yeah. But I like Angela. I want to do business with Angela. I want to do business with Joe. Angela's a recruiter. Joe is the person that you're probably going to be talking to, you guys. So I want you companies to go and study VIP. And hey, we've already got a couple of people right here that we know that work there. So
yeah,
let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, so I am an executive recruiter. I think your intro stated that Joe and I both have been here 4 years collectively with VIP. We have. And for those of you that are visiting my LinkedIn profile, you see I've had some experience with other firms, and there's been lots of wonderful takeaways from my time with those firms. But I think definitely one of the things that I have picked up over the course of my I think this year is
Let's not talk about that.
15, right. I have picked up what is wonderful, why I love doing what I do, and who I love doing what I do for.
And she's not lying, y'all. She is. She's just that. Yeah.
I've had some awesome leadership teams that I've worked with and reported to. And I can say, without a shadow of a doubt, the leadership team, the founding partners, the daily managing partners, Eric Forster, Mike Haynes, and Jess Paddock, they lead by example in all that they do. They themselves have illustrious backgrounds and within consulting and finance and accounting. And they themselves have brought VIP to where it is today. We have so much repeat business, referral business from people that they have helped throughout their career. And it's something that we have absorbed, I think, as part of our persona. If it wasn't already there, we just care about connecting people with the right opportunity. And it's just so rewarding and so fulfilling. And it's awesome to be supported by a leadership team that leads by that example.
So,
Yeah, that
Angela,
is
why don't you talk about some of the positions that we have that you're working on and you're
Ooh,
most focused on at this juncture?
I wrote them down. I wrote them
Let's
down.
go.
way to go, Maz.
Um, So I will say, I think I did pull up. Right now, we've got multiple direct hire positions within accounting and finance. I think I counted about 5 controller level roles just here in the
Oh,
DFW
yeah,
area.
yeah.
We've got directors of finance, directors of FP&A, VPs of finance. We also have some private equity and holding companies looking for that 1 to 3 year staff accountant. Again, here in the DFW area, I would say we have 2 clients that are still offering a hybrid schedule. And I will say that is something that we've seen a drastic decline in, that flexibility that I think a lot of candidates saw and employees saw over the pandemic. Unfortunately, companies are pulling it back, and they believe in the synergy within a team that works together and sees each other and collaborates face to face, as opposed to the benefit of some people thinking that as a remote worker I can contribute even more. So, but I will say we just have a couple of those roles that are offering that hybrid flexibility. We've got 4 accounting manager level positions within aviation and manufacturing. We have 5 senior accountant direct hire positions, one with a holding company that operates in the oil and gas space. That's going to be in the Irving area. We've also got a senior international tax accountant and a senior tax accountant, both in Irving, both in manufacturing. The list kind of goes on. We also have a select few positions that are going to be out of state. We've got a controller position, I believe, in retail distribution or distribution in the Tennessee area. We've got a couple roles in Chicago. We've got a couple roles in Atlanta. And right now, we are not only building up our candidate pipeline specifically for our direct hire search side of the house, but as it relates to our in-house consulting group, VIP Solutions, we've been expanding and creating a much stronger footprint in other major metropolitan cities. I know Denver is a big hub for us now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, has been over the last year. So we are really targeting executive level consultants right now too, that are between jobs, that are open to consulting, that are okay with some limited travel if required, looking for accounting managers, assistant controllers, CAO level candidates, SEC reporting directors, 2 directors of FP&A and a manager of FP&A, all in the Denver area for interim opportunities.
Oh, I got people in Denver I need to introduce you to, Ange. Oh,
Let's go.
Yeah. This network is crazy. It's all over the place now. Cool, Denver. Okay. Man.
And that's just, I didn't want to read them all off to you because I don't want to bore you.
You
This isn't a nighttime show.
That is awesome, guys, because we're always talking that, not just this show. This show is the primary reason that we're in as many states as we are. Probably. But guys, this is what it's all about. Ange, myself, and Joe, and Dana, and Amy Fry, we're all right down here in Dallas Fort Worth. But you know what? We can share information that could be helpful to you guys in Denver, in New York, in North Carolina, in Seattle. I mean, guys, we got people all over the place. So me being the job father, since I pulled a lot of this stuff together, as Angela and Joe are talking about where they have things going on, I'm thinking about people I can connect them to in those areas because of what we do around here. And now I think Dallas is probably the hub for all of this networking stuff. Right, Jeff Morris. And so, hey, Jason Hopper's with us from jfsdallas.org. Guys, go check out Jewish Family Services.
Hey,
I have a question. I have a quick
Jason,
question.
probably, don't you? Go, Dana, go.
Yeah, I would like to know. So I work with all different types of firms for staffing, and I have for many years. And I think there's a lot of different things that can set executive and all types of staffing firms apart. What would y'all say sets you apart from a lot of other executive firms out there that will help our listeners understand why they should be coming to you?
That's a fantastic question. Thank you for giving the opportunity to pat ourselves on the back a little bit. I can tell you one of the things that I think sets us apart from just about any company is that we don't really bring on new talent. We don't teach people how to recruit. Um, all of our recruiters have had large number of years behind them in the business.
That is
They
true.
know-
Yeah.
So they know what they're doing. And then especially on the accounting and finance side, you know, earlier Foster mentioned Casey. Casey Haston has operated up to a CFO of a company before. So most of our, yes, indeed. So most of our recruiters have a accounting and finance background. And aside from
That's
that, I
good.
mentioned our consulting team. And because we have a
That's a good
consulting
point.
team that we work hand in hand with, if we're doing a high level executive search, CEO, COO, CFO, any of the C suite, we can always pull them in and utilize them as part of our recruiting process. I have not been a CEO of a company or a CFO of a large company. So actually, I do have two of my own small companies, but you know, they're not large companies, and I wouldn't really know what it takes for somebody to truly fill that seat and be able to ask them all the right questions and figure out what their background is. But we can pull those people into our process, and those people have sat in those seats as interims, as fractionals, as owners of their own companies, and it's
Wow.
a really strong ability that most companies do not have.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
am impressed.
I can say that's true. Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
offer my 2 cents on that real quick?
Is that
Of
all you had is
course.
2 cents?
Thank
Come on,
you. So
at least give us a nickel to work. Come on.
Okay, all right. We're gonna round up. I like it. So kind of piggybacking off of what my partner Joe was saying, I would say one of the huge differences that clients have actually shared with me as the executive recruiter working with our candidates, presenting candidates, and successfully filling positions within their companies. We truly care about the candidate experience and the client experience through that process. For us, it is very much more relationship driven, which is, I believe, how recruiting and account development should be. But there's so many firms, there's so many other recruiters out there that are just very transactional in that sense, right? Like you're a number, you're a means to an end for them. You're going to fill their paycheck.
Yeah.
That is not who I am. I know that's not who Joe
No,
is.
and you don't
And
project that. Your personality doesn't project that. And I can tell you guys that one.
thank you, thank you. And
So,
again, we just love what we do. We're passionate about, you know, making things happen the way that they're supposed to happen. We're incredibly transparent and honest, and I think our clients see that and appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you
I
for
can,
bringing that up. That is so
yeah.
very important. And I can say, just being on the other side of the table, working with firms, knowing that I have people that are
Oh, yeah.
truly focused and understand the type of role, they ask the right questions up front, and there's a collaborative dynamic between the organization and the executive staffing firm. It really, really helps. So I appreciate
Mhm.
you digging in a little bit further to share why VIP is a little bit different than, you know, the myriad of different companies that are out there.
Yeah.
You know, Dana, when I first got into this business, the first company I worked for told me, "Hey, when you walk into a room,
Yeah.
you need to be the leader. You're the expert. You're coming into the field, and you need to guide these people."
Yeah.
And Dana, the first room that I walked into was a CFO of an 11 hospital system in Indiana.
Oh,
And
talk about a good start.
I real quickly thought, you know what? I don't ever want to be the most, you know, important person in the room with all the information. The
Right.
people that we're working with, we recognize know more about their company and their position than we ever will. So our job is to collaborate, find that understanding from people like yourself, and then help you shine in your position, and just take some of the time away that you have to sift through, you know, piles of resumes that aren't quite the right fit. And then
Yeah.
Angela,
Well said, Joe.
Angela,
Oh, yeah.
although she's fun and funny and a blast to be around, is also very no nonsense. If she sends somebody to you, she's going to say,
Yeah.
"I like A, B, C, D, and E. I have questions about F and G." So you
Right.
might want to dig into those things. Makes a huge difference.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to copy off of Angela's paper. That's what I'm going to do.
You know, thank you for clarifying that. I think collaboration is so important. Getting to know the organization that you're supporting in terms of their recruiting
Mm.
needs, learning a little bit about the personalities and the dynamic. The soft skills are just as critical as the hard skills, right?
Yeah.
You've got to have a person that fits the environment, but is also, you know, aligned with the right background, skill set, and mindset for business.
Oh, absolutely. And Joe and Angela will laugh, but Dana and I do this when we talk about our favorite word. We get close to the screen and we say our favorite word is the R word, relationship. Now, relatively and all that stuff is important, but that relationship, we're in Texas, y'all. Come on
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And so that is important, and that's going to make the difference between which company you utilize and which ones that you do not.
Yeah.
And hey, and that's just networking. Look at my crazy butt. I created this whole big old network
Yep.
around here.
Who would have thunk it?
It's all right. I mean, really, honestly, who'd have thunk that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't see myself in anything special. I just like people.
Yeah. Ooh, I hear the
I hear
music.
music, Dana.
Nope.
Y'all, thank you, VIP. Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you
We'll
for
have
having
you
us.
back. This won't be the
Yes.
only time that you'll be on this show.
Call
Thank
VIP.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No, no one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean, right now to learn more.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Hello, Jobfather Nation. What a great first half. We are excited to be back for our special guest. Please don't forget that we are proud to be a part of Joco Community Radio, which is the
Yeah.
voice of Johnson and
And
Tarrant
Tarrant
County,
County now.
Texas.
We're growing, yeah.
Yep. And we are excited to be a part of this network. You can listen to their full lineup by going to your app store, downloading the Joco Community Radio app, and listening to the full lineup and more, especially yours truly, the Jobfather. So, Foster, before we jump into meeting the guest and learning more about our fabulous guest
Oh,
today,
we got a good one today. You got my buddy.
yes, do you have a dad joke for the second half?
Y'all, I threw a pretty good dad joke at you guys the first half of the show, but that wasn't good enough. I got to give you guys another one. So, guys, consider that we're in the state of Texas, or I should, God, I should say the country. I think Texas is
Yeah,
bigger
we're our own
than, I
country.
think there's
Let's
only
just
20
get out of
countries that are bigger than Texas. Anyway, I don't want to
sure.
get too far off base, but guys, Dana, knock, knock,
Who's there?
Hawaii.
Hawaii who?
Well, thanks, Hawaii, you too.
That is too
Oh,
funny.
that's lame.
Oh,
That is
Foster.
a dad joke. How are you?
Yeah, if I've ever heard one, it really
That
is.
is a dad joke. No, so Tiffany, how did I score on that one? Tiffany Paisley, just put it in the chat up there. I'm trying,
Yeah.
Tiff. I mean, I had a good strike the first half of the show, but I don't think I did so good that second part. But I liked it though, because one of my best friends is living in Hawaii, so I told him, George, Tiffany's laughing. Tiffany, I'm gonna high five you when I see you. George told me bad yoke.
Bad yolk.
George is my buddy, guys. George and
Oh,
you guys need to connect with him on LinkedIn. George and I have probably known each other for 20 years. It is incredible. We've gone through this whole DOD environment and all that stuff together. Both of us work for Raytheon. And guys, what I'm talking about is the kind of things, the kind of relationships that you can build when you get out and get involved in this network. And we
yeah.
appreciate you guys. There are portions of this network like this show that you'll be surprised what you'll find in this network when you're looking for a job. So, yay, Tiffany! Tiffany did crack a smile. That's good. Oh man, Tiffany. Oh, George, I love it. Okay, so guys, here's the deal. This really fine global marketing lady right down there is my buddy Amy Fry, and
Hey, Amy.
it
Hey,
is
everybody.
we laugh because Amy, you could put Amy's whole name on the if she were playing football, you could get her whole name on the back of her jersey. Actually, her middle
You
name too,
could
but I'm not going to share her middle name with you guys. It's a cool
easily.
one, but you could get her whole name on the back of that. So easy.
Well, that's
That's
awesome.
one way you guys can remember. Amy Fry, guys, is a global digital and social media expert, guys.
Woohoo!
I'm not kidding. I mean, Amy knows her stuff, y'all. And let's talk to Amy a little bit about, because Foster, y'all don't need Foster talking to you about Amy. You need Amy to tell you about Amy. She's got more experience than I do. And Amy, tell us a little bit about your job searching. What is a good opportunity for you?
I'm really looking for. I've worked for both publicly traded and private companies. I prefer the next round. I'd like to go back to private. I just feel as a marketer, I have more bandwidth, and I'm able to actually. I'm
Oh,
actually able to market. Where with with publicly traded, marketing is always the first thing cut.
yeah.
Yeah,
Both
right behind recruiting.
both from a budget standpoint as well as
Right.
staffing,
Right.
as well. So, and I've had success in publicly traded. I've had more in private, and I'd like to get back to that.
That's a good observation. Yeah. You've been around a while
Um,
enough to make a good one like that.
Yeah.
I've been around a bit. I have over 15 years, of experience. I'm actually, my lack of accent may give it away, but I'm not from DFW.
I was gonna say that. That was gonna be the next place I was gonna go. I'm picking up something northeast,
I am,
maybe.
yes, I'm from Chicago.
Ah,
Me
you,
too.
hey,
Bears
Oh,
and Cubs.
there you go.
Amy,
Now
do
White
you know
Sox.
Diane Lilly?
Do I know
There,
who?
there I go. Diane Lilly. She's one of my marketing leaders up in my Chicago area. I
Okay.
talk to her on the phone just 2, 3 times a week.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
Diane, if you are listening, I want you to reach out to Amy Fry, and I'm going to make sure you guys are connected on LinkedIn. She used to be
Okay.
with Delta Airlines.
Okay. Awesome. But I actually moved here in 2017 for an
Oh, okay.
opportunity with a Dallas company. They
Okay.
relocated me here, and I've loved being here so far. Prefer to stay in the Dallas area.
Yeah, we got to
Um,
put pillows down here.
Yeah.
well, the rest of the family moved down, so we have to make
Oh,
it work.
you're here
Yeah.
now.
It's so much warmer here.
We're here now.
Good.
Yeah, the my first couple winters here were a little bit more brisk than I was expecting, but it's still not
You know,
around 30 inches of snow, so I'll take it.
yeah, yeah, we surprise a lot of you Northerners every once in a while.
We have, yes, a little feels like a little bit of home.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Amy, I am dying, and we don't have one here. And believe it or not, the first time that I actually went to Lou Malnati's, which is my favorite pizza in the see
Oh,
there?
my family and I
Oh,
Yeah.
order
girl,
Lou
I know.
Malnati's.
I was in
Foster, you can get it delivered here. We
No,
get
you're
Lou
kidding. You're
Malnati's
kidding.
delivered to us here. No, yeah, that's my mom's
Dana,
favorite, so we get
let's
it delivered.
let's you and I do that one weekend. Let's do that.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm
We
down.
got Dana and I hang out anyway. And so I the first time I went to Lou Malnati's, I was in Scottsdale, Arizona. Can you believe that?
Yes.
In Scottsdale,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got to go to the
They've
one
got
in
a
Chicago.
standing store in Scottsdale. And all the time that I
Yeah.
went to Chicago, I was at Giordano's and Gino's, and I didn't get a chance to go. I don't even know if Lou's was around. Oh yeah.
Lou Malnati's been around since like the 40s
Yep.
Hmm.
in Chicago,
Hmm.
or even earlier.
I think it was the 40s.
Hmm
Okay, Foster.
Definite Chicago icon for pizza for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's so
Okay,
good.
Foster. I got to slap myself on the wrist. We're supposed to be talking about Amy's global
Yes, let's find
marketing.
out more about
Yeah,
Amy.
y'all need
Amy,
to
we
hire
are
Amy. Y'all
so
need to talk to Amy. I'm not kidding.
yeah, Amy, share with us a little bit about the types of titles you're searching
Hmm.
out and the industries that you want to focus on. We know you want to be in the private
Hmm.
sector, but tell us a little bit more, about you, maybe a more of an expanded elevator pitch.
Sure. So I'm looking for a director or VP level of marketing position.
Okay.
And I help businesses achieve their marketing goals and grow their customer base. With over 15 years of experience working in global marketing, I have a deep understanding of software as a service, healthcare, government, education, manufacturing, and financial industries. So I've worked,
Oh,
I've worked,
wow.
I've worked in
Yeah,
several,
you've been
and
in a few, haven't you? Yeah.
I've,
Yeah, you really have.
I've, you know, I, I,
That's
I-
good.
I've worked in several, and one thing I've always, because a lot of the positions that I had gotten, in these roles, I didn't have previous experience in it,
Ah,
and the one thing I've said, is that I feel a true marketer markets. The
Yeah,
industry, the same elements of marketing stay the same. It's just a different
they
industry
do.
to
mhm,
apply it to.
They do.
I
mhm.
mean, and you're learning the business like you would if you were a new employee anyway.
Yeah.
Um, and one thing I have noticed, and I've mentioned to other people is, because I may be walking into a new industry, I have fresh eyes and ears as to what's
Mm,
being said within the room. I haven't been listening to the same conversations for a year or two about
Uh-huh.
something. And I've, I'm not the one that, shrieks in the corner like my first meeting. I always have an opinion. um if
Good.
they ask if there's questions, I'll question something, and more than once people in the room have looked around at each other and said, why didn't we think of that? And I've
yeah.
said, because I'm not from this industry. I'm looking at it from the other industries that I've worked in that have the same applicable problems,
Yes, yes.
and how and
Yeah,
how
that's a good
we have
point.
and we have solved it, and maybe that's something you need to look at.
Yeah.
And you know
you
what?
know
Honestly, Amy, from my viewpoint, it is something that we need to look at. There is 1,000 ways to skin a cat. Now,
yep.
that's a funny way to put it, isn't it?
It's
But
just so
And
Amy's
mean.
it's
coming.
just
Yeah,
it's
Amy's
bringing
coming
it's
from
bringing a
over
new
there.
perspective.
It's a new perspective. It is. It's a new set of eyes, and Amy has good. See, look at Amy's eyes right there. They're fresh set
She
eyes.
got good eyes.
They're not Texas eyes yet, but we're working on it. So
Oh,
with Amy's
almost.
last name, she had to move to Texas. Her last name being Fry? Come on. Okay, I'm trying to be funny. It ain't working. But guys, Amy, Where do you live in the Metroplex? Now that's becoming
I'm
more important now because we are trying to go back. The corporate America is trying to get us back in the office a
moved
little bit.
back to the office. I'm located in Frisco.
Oh,
Yay!
okay.
Did
Good
y'all
deal.
hear that? She's a Columbus, Frisco.
But I mean, even back, when I lived in the Chicago area, while we had great mass transit system, not all places,
Yeah,
matched to that, so there was quite a bit of driving involved. And when I moved here, I was commuting from Frisco to downtown Dallas. So
yeah. You know that downtown Dallas thing used to be something that we would all frown at. Is not. I don't think it's as bad as it used to be, Dana. People used to
Yeah.
never. Oh, the company's in downtown Dallas, and I don't hear that as much anymore.
downtown Dallas doesn't compare to downtown
No, it
Chicago.
doesn't. No, not anywhere close.
No.
Not even close. No.
Yeah. I mean, downtown Chicago's a whole nother ball of
It
wax. It
is,
is what it is.
even since I've moved,
Hmm.
Yep.
just the
And
amount that it's changed.
Amy, you
Yeah.
say you've been here since 2017, was it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I just met Amy not too long ago, guys. And Amy's one of those people when you first meet her, you feel like you've known her forever. And I mean, there's a reality that goes with things. A lot of times we talk about the difference between now. Amy's not Gen. Amy is Gen X probably.
I am.
Yeah, we Rex Sauer and I were talking before the show, and Rex is going to pop on here probably in a little bit. He had to go pick his wife up, but we were talking about the difference between baby boomers and Gen Z. He's been working with the Gen Zers, Dana, and he
Yeah.
made some observations, and he really liked what he saw. He says
I want to
the
know what
he
observation.
said he made an analogy. He said working with those two groups is like a Navy SEAL and a baby SEAL. And but the key thing
Okay,
is
it is going to
they're
be
both
true, dude. Those
they're
people have
both
been
SEALs.
coddled.
They're both SEALs, and the baby SEALs can endure more physically than some of the older SEALs that might be foster age kind of thing.
Well, and that's true.
Yeah,
I mean, there's different strengths and weaknesses in each of the
yeah.
Yes.
generations.
But the accomplishment is being a SEAL. I mean, hey, I thought that was a really, really good analogy from the conversation that we were having. But guys, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to tell you guys that Amy is a baby boomer. She is not, and so she's still got a little bit. She can get out there and she can travel a little bit. Amy, that's a good question. How much in your role? What percentage of travel are you comfortable with?
I'm comfortable with 25%.
I think
That's what
that'll
I
get it done.
that's what I've had historically, and it's worked out fine.
Yeah.
I think that'll work just fine, and that's part of at our level. And I made it to the. I was pretty high up there. I made it director. Now I'm a C guy of this network, and I can I can kind of relate to some of the sea level people now. Well, I can, and but travel is a part of that thing. And guys, Amy, it's global. Amy, tell us some of your global experiences that really stick out in your brain.
It was really, I would say it was really when I worked at IBM,
Ah, we
and
both did that. Yeah.
it was really my first foray, into working globally, and just really understanding how the same campaign had to take on different flavors based on the target market for those countries.
Hmm.
Um, and certain topics were taboo, and this was back, oh wait, a little bit,
Hmm.
even then, I mean, I think it's even more so now, that companies are feeling that, and having to be a little bit more globally sensitive, to certain topics,
Especially
with
with the
campaigns.
social thing. Yeah.
Oh, especially with social media. Um,
Yeah.
and that was, one of, and that was even, when I had really started actually even seeing, you know, and it was still when, social media was still in relative infancy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And it was, like how you're typically run a campaign, and then sort of saying like, hey, why don't we bring social into this? And really at the time, not expecting much, because you're like, who's on here? Who's going to see it? And
Exactly.
who's following us? And you're like, do they,
Right.
does the audience here really care?
That
And,
point. Yeah.
to actually like create, like have a campaign run on social that is doing better than how you standardly ran a campaign historically
Yeah.
out of the gate. And even
Okay.
like, towards the end of the campaign, it brought in double numbers from what we historically
Ooh.
did. That was just on the social channel. And it was, and that became a question of how much do we invest here? And then the answer was a lot.
Oh yeah.
Amy, I've got a crazy question. It's not crazy. It's a good, insightful question, I think. So, with social and the development of social over the last few years, I feel as though, personally, my my attention span is getting shorter and shorter. So, have you noticed that that kind of enters into the social aspect of your marketing campaigns?
Oh, absolutely. And it's one thing I've tested, and it's continued to test the same way, is people really don't want to read.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
You know,
That's a good point.
Uh huh.
I
Yeah.
mean, they were, if it's not something that is that, like when they're scrolling, they see it then and don't have to scroll anymore, they're done.
You guys ever
Yeah.
Um,
notice? You guys notice that if you get a big long text and you have to click the little bottom part of that thing, you're kind of
yeah,
rolling your eyes in your head. Oh my God, I don't want.
you're skimming it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's, and I think that's, really why, video continues to perform better. It's more engaging, it's quick, you
Okay.
get to the
Okay.
point, and it's under, in order to meet social media standards, it's typically, under 25 seconds.
Ah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
To be able to grab attention, but then again, it's about, it all depends on who your target market is. If
Yeah.
if the target market, is a bit more seasoned, then they're a little bit more open to like, here's a PDF, like, to download this PDF or download this booklet or whatever. But depending on who your target market is, it has to be quick, it has to be hard hitting, and it has to be to the point, or
Yeah.
they're not gonna click. They won't.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes
That's true.
sense.
As
And
we.
and that's why, really, as like, as a marketer, it's always about, thinking about the different ways that people want to engage.
Uh huh.
And having that ready to sort of say, okay, for this group, we're gonna, we're gonna go social first. With this one, we're gonna hit it this way. With this one here, and management looks at you sometimes with a raised eyebrow, and it's like, hey, if this is your target market, you can't hit them all the same way, because they don't digest information the same way.
Mm-hmm. Amy, I got another
Yeah.
question. As we're going, I know you and I have worked for these monstrosities of companies, IBMs, and
Hmm.
me, and God, I've been all over the place with Citi and IBM and
Yeah.
Verizon and all this stuff. So, uh, but then I get at this point in my career, I put it this way, I get excited about maybe a startup or maybe a
Hmm.
company that hasn't been around for a long time that's
Right.
still making its footprint and on the corporate scene. Of those two areas, what do you get more excited about, or is that an even fair question for you?
I get excited at the idea of a startup, because it's something new. And from a marketing standpoint, like, you're
Hmm.
creating it,
Yeah.
you're creating it from the ground up. And being involved early on, and to be able to see, really your work from the starting of the bricks, to where you end
Mhm.
up,
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
is very is
Absolutely.
is very exciting. And actually, the company I came to work here for, they had been around for 10 years at the time, and doing well, but they weren't doing anything digitally. They were just doing the more traditional realms of events, print advertising, and that kind of thing. And I was brought on to change that. And within the first 15 months I was there, I tripled revenue.
Oh my goodness. Tripling revenue is something
Wow.
that you definitely want to put that on your
Any company is going to want someone that's able to
absolutely.
help that with that.
You know, and it was primarily because I worked directly for the CEO and he just told me to go.
Yeah.
Gave you the
He's like,
keys to the car, huh?
He said, "Do it."
he's like,
Here's the keys. Here's the car.
he goes, I brought you in, this is beyond, what I'm comfortable, doing. I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, I brought you in to do this. Just go do it. So, and he let me,
That's right.
Fabulous.
which was great. And unfortunately it led to an acquisition.
Oh no, don't they all? Oh my
Sometimes it's
God. We
crazy.
work for these
I,
big old companies. Sometimes you think you'll be free of an acquisition because the company's so big, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden
no,
they'll do
And
one of
then
those
boom.
departmental kind of things.
no.
And they'll sell off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
well, yeah,
guys,
they'll sell off, a certain section of the business, and then now
uh-huh,
you're going with
uh-huh,
that. I mean,
uh-huh.
actually, I was working for SPSS software that IBM acquired. So I was part of an acquisition
Ah, uh-huh.
when I
Mhm.
transitioned to IBM.
Wow.
I see. Amy, when we were first talking, and I gave that lame joke about my buddy that I was talking about out in Hawaii, one of my best friends my whole life is Chris Chun, and she just joined us. She's out on the Big Island, and Chris, our
Woohoo.
dad joke, our second dad joke when we started the segment of the show, right before Amy was come on, was knock knock, who's there? Of course, and I said Hawaii, thinking about you. And Dana says, Hawaii who? And I said, Hawaii, fine, Hawaii you. And see how lame that is? I mean, Amy's smiling and stuff because she want to be nice to Foster. But I'll call you and we'll talk about that joke a little bit later today. You missed that joke. So anyway. So and let's get back to Amy, Dana.
Yeah, yeah.
Guys, we're talking about marketing. So, Amy, what is your? We're going to go to. Many of us will be going to your LinkedIn profile. Easy to find Amy Fry. She's probably not the only Amy Fry on LinkedIn. Is there a significant thing on your LinkedIn that would prove okay, I got the right Amy kind of thing? Is
I
it
look like my
Amy Fry?
picture, so that helps.
And that is another reason why I like the podcast part of the show. You can see who you're talking to. So
Yeah.
I
it
mean, I
makes
mean,
it
Yeah.
actually, if you're looking for my LinkedIn profile, put Amy Lynn Fry in because that should pop up.
okay. She said it. I didn't. I told y'all I wasn't going to tell you that.
Yeah, because I changed the acronym so this way it's my name. So
Hmm. Perfect. Guys, that's a good point. Job seekers, when you are a David Williams, and one of my best friends is David Williams, there's a 500,000 David Williams. Foster, I don't want to go to LinkedIn, look for David Williams. Well, David's significant, I guess, identifier, I guess, if you would, is he is David M. Williams. I'm not going to tell you what that M stands for because I know I get in trouble. But then when you're Foster Williams, there's probably not a lot of Foster Williams out there. So look for the face. If you see this thing, you got the right one.
You got the
You
right
got the
person.
right one. And George Nide put Amy Fry MS.
yep,
Ooh,
that's it.
Amy's an educated one. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yes, yes,
Perfect. And
I
George,
did.
thanks, buddy. George, we got to get you on the show. You and I have too much fun. We've known each other forever. But guys, once again, Amy Fry. Amy, what is your email address if you don't mind sharing that
It is Amy L Fry at outlook.com.
at Outlook?
All right.
Okay, and she is in Frisco, Texas, guys. Upcoming on this coming Tuesday will be Frisco Connect. Uh, go to the Stonebriar Community Church website and you can see information on Frisco Connect. I would tell you guys to go to friscoconnect.org, but we are revamping the website and it's down right now. You know, you get that construction stuff when you go and you're working on the website.
Mhm.
So normally we would go to friscoconnect.org. In about a month, we will be going back to friscoconnect.org. But until then, guys, go and see information on Frisco Connect at the Stonebriar Community Church website. And hey, there's Kathy Meredith is with us. Kathy said they broke the
Yeah,
mold with me. And,
yeah.
you know, the world is probably agreeing with Kathy that it was a good thing that we broke that mold with Foster. Okay, I hear music. So next Friday, Dana.
Next Friday, we're excited to see you. Have a wonderful week from Jobfather Nation. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.